that I don't like on me. Whatever. Hello, outsiders. I'm supposed to be back now. Supposedly. As always, the stream crashed. Nothing new about it. Just the stream crashed as always. So we are just gonna continue. As always. Because you are not stopping me. It crashed for a while though, so I don't know how much I've missed, like I have done off stream. You know what, it doesn't matter, I'm just gonna continue. We didn't miss this much. Most of this game is talking anyway. Damn, I haven't got any keys yet. Is there like a resolution settings? Like, as a last resort? No, there is none resolution thing. Okay, I'm just gonna continue. I take it back. I came back because I wanted to be bored. Living in the city is so annoying and tiring, especially with 52 guys texting you all the time. 52, oh my goodness.
そっか。
Oh,
ごめん、52人は嘘。
sorry, I lied about 52, yeah. It sounded really weird.
なんでそんな嘘を。
Why? Because she didn't want you to get interested.
春明さん
Didn't
に
want to
対
give
す
you
る
hope.
牽制？
Because I wanted to keep you in check, I guess. Oh my god, I was actually right. Why would she pull a tactic like that? Only to reveal her hand.
ねえ、彼女に振られたって本
Hey,
当
did you really get dumped by your girlfriend? Yes! Yes! And now she asked me that.
本当だって。
I did, honest.
そっか。
I see. Well, after that relentless assault, it wouldn't be fair unless I played my own.
なんならこれ乗っていく？
Wanna come with?
え、これって二人乗りなんだ。
It's a two-seater?
もちろん。
Yeah, there is an even extra
用
helmet.
のヘルメットも吊る
It's
し
not
てきて
dry
る
yet
し。
though.
まだ。僕はこのままここを出ていくから。
I'm obviously leaving soon,
ちえみちゃんも外に出るのが。
so unless you have
都合良けれ
something
ばってこと
planned,
に
you
なるけ
can
ど
join me.
ついでにロングツーリングしてみる？
Can't
時
even
間さえあればどこへだって
go
行く
back
よ。
tower if you have enough time. I can't take you anywhere. Flexible, open to fine-tuning, wild and charming. This was a good date invitation, if I say so myself.
いいね、素敵。
That sounds great,
都合
and I have no plans. Oh?
じゃあ荷物まとめてくるね。
I'll go get my stuff then. Jim smiled and turned around to head over her place. Okay, I won't be so greedy, so I'm gonna make it windowed again, because I can't trust my device right now. I'm gonna make it windowed and make it smaller so it won't fill the whole screen. And I really need to find a job. To get a better PC. Or start commissions. She smiled and turned around to head to her place. She then looked back at me and...
急いだ方がいいよ。
You should really before I change my
変
mind.
わらないうちにね。
はいはい。
Yeah,
もちろん。
sure. Man, she sounds really scary sometimes. Well, not scary, but suspicious. Really. Like she's hiding something. Well, that made me motivated. This was one tiring trip, but at least I met someone good along the way. I just forget everything I didn't want to remember while on the road with her. I could only hope that clever girl and I would eventually grow closer. Physically not back, I just had to start a new stream. Welcome back, Bill. I was just talking about that I need to find a freaking job to get a proper PC for streaming. Because if you guys don't know, I stream from a freaking office laptop that is not even a gaming laptop. This is basically a laptop that's made to be used by accountants or something. And here I am, streaming from it. To 2 websites. But only hope that... okay, here it is. You earn money from doing YouTube? Not at all. And not now at all. Still have a long way to go to start even earning money. I've tried like to open like drawing commissions on Twitter before to get some money, but yeah. I've even made it for free to catch people's attention, and yet no one asked for a commission. Same with VTubers model. I've offered making models for a really cheap like cost, and yeah, it didn't catch anyone attention. So it's pretty tough here. I really want to get like a part-time job. Like I don't mind having an actual job in real life, but being a computer science student is a real problem here. It's really time consuming. Yeah, let's just continue for now. With that ulterior motive in mind, I resumed rebuilding the bike. After several failed attempts, I was finally making some good progress putting the bike back together. Afternoon had passed and it was almost evening. At the rate I was going, I would definitely be working while it was in dark. Would that be even possible? It might be way past midnight by the time I was done. Well, don't stress yourself out there, God. I'm sure life has a reward for you somewhere along the way. I've been told this a long time ago, and I haven't found this reward yet. But thank you, though, for the kind words. Really appreciated. She might dump me for that. Man, life for sure was hard. Well, what a timing for such a line! The plaza I'd work in was now totally empty. There was no one around me. It will come, you will see. Yeah. All I could hear was the wind, the frogs, and the tools in my hands. It was desolate to say the least. There's something I actually wanted to tell you guys before the stream crash. But yeah, I kind of want to stay, like, wait for Karner to show up. Because you guys kind of the regular people here, so I need your opinion about this. I suddenly felt really weak. It made me nearly aware of being in a place I didn't belong, that I was preparing to escape. It was an oppressive atmosphere, like the bar of cage were slowly swinging shut. What is this, Haruaki? Think you are gonna get attacked or something? I feel like. We think the stream is still down. I will go tell him. Okay, thank you so much. I tried to laugh it off, but it didn't work. As I became more conscious of my surroundings, I began to hear things I hadn't noticed before. Oh, the action is starting. I hear the voice. Someone was singing. The white-haired girl? I was an interculate little girl's voice. Yeah, that's probably her. I stopped my work. Before I knew, I had put my tools down and gone looking for the source. Was I sad that starved for a human presence? Or did the malaise make me feel like I was in danger? I walked down the hill to where the song came from. Passing the tall grass, I arrived. Oh, hello, Corner.
ないさんのお守りは
It was a strange sight. The field was covered in tall grass. Imagine if those stones like graves. That would be crazy. There were countless rocks peeking out of it. Unlike the boulders all over Yasumizu, these were only up to my waist. They looked like gravestones. Yeah, just as I said.
いついつクジラも斜めに走る
Gynophobia, fear of women. Why fear women though? It really depends. Like you didn't have a really good experiences with women for like a couple of times, and then you are just afraid of dealing with them again. There is also a fear from love. Did you know that? And for a while I thought I had this kind of fear, but I'm not really sure. The field extended into the dusky western sky before ending at a cliff. This was the lowest spot in Yasumizu, the border to Saranaga. There was a large pine right at the edge. Fear of love, is that the same as affection? Because I might have that. What is affection? Like I know this word from the game. What was it? Needy streamer overload. But I didn't really get it this much. But yeah, it's basically you are afraid to get into like a romantic relationship. That's basically the fear of love. Philophobia, I don't know its name.
嵐
It's do not baloney rise snow on the mountain. Why is her voice seems too close now? The evening sun, the stones, and the pine's shadow gave the field strange aura. A little girl was running through it. By the way, guys, this place is Saranaga, the place they talked about on like the very first stream, where the like people come back to life in. This is philophobia. That's a good way to explain affection. Yeah, I think I know now what is affection. Like when someone hugs you or says they love you, I guess. I don't know. It's fear of getting in. It's fear of falling in love in general. Probably because people didn't have like good experiences at all with the people they loved before, and they are just afraid of like feeling this pain again. The story as I was writing was mostly psychological, like the genre was mostly psychological. So I was looking up for this kinds of phobia a lot. It wasn't romance, but if there was a romance, it won't be just the normal shiny romance. Fear of getting in romances. Yeah, fear of getting in a relationship, in a romantic relationship. I'm surprised. Yeah, I used to write stories. It's not on English though. It was on my language, so it's impossible for you guys to read it. We see them sometimes? Nah. Nah. You can't. This is a past life. The girl was running through it. Her steps were awkward. At this time, this space was alien. I felt like I was looking at a Giorgio di Chirolfo painting. The place felt like it didn't belong in this world. I used to write stories too, but they all sucked. I mean, that's what I think about mine too. Go ahead and say, let me introduce myself. Ha! My language is not easily translated from Google Translate, my man. You are gonna suffer. Suddenly, I came to understand that the place was special. It was a sacred, mystical ground where no outsiders were welcome. The girl fell.
大丈夫？
Are you okay? Bro, they just randomly talk to her? I ran to with hesitation the letter girl. What is those? Is this the keys? She looks familiar. Wait, is this Chimi's little sister? She looks familiar. Hold up, half crying girl, little girl. What is this? Is this like an order? New grass on band aid covered kneecap. Half crying little girl held up muddy clothes. What is this? What is those arrows? I console little girl, push away, run. Someone. The arrow keys is not working. Here she is! The girl saw once appears me. What is this new language? I don't know. I think this is something about the keys or the gameplay itself. Prepare the feast when the evening mists arrive. Girl weave incomprehensible phrase. Little girl hide behind this girl. Okay, I think I get it now. The little girl with fear and hostility in her eyes hide behind the girl who weave incomprehensible phrase. Run. Girl hug little girl. One. Me? Bro, is he like thinking in flowcharts or something? You probably won't make it. But run. Me girl behind. Me girl missed behind. Me girl behind Missed. Bro, little game thinks she's Doki Doki. How do you know? The game thinks it's like Doki Doki or something. Doki Doki Culture Club. Me. Turn around. Run. Where? In the days I came... Okay. The flow charts thinking, I'm gonna call it like this, the flow chart thinking happening only on this place, on Saranaga. In the days I came back to the plaza, suddenly Chimi shocked me, bringing me back to my senses.
どこへ行ってたの？
Where were you? I found your little sister.
ごめん。すぐ作業に戻るから。
And then Chimi be like, but I don't have a little sister. Oh, how weird. I don't know if this is true or not, I'm just assuming. Sorry, I will finish the joke now.
何言ってるの？もうダメ、間に合わない。
It's too late now, it's too late, you idiot. You won't make it in time, you gotta hide. Hide from what? Is that what the cult was? I don't know. Aquaphobia, fear of water. That shit sounds like rabies. Bro is not paying attention to the stream anymore. I couldn't understand what she was getting at.
何やってんだチーミーとっとと部屋に戻れ
What are you doing? Go to your room right now.
でも春明さんが。
But Haruaki-san's...
ほっとけそんなよそ者
Forget the outsider, old man Kanzo and I will check the other places.
チーミー
Stop wasting time and go to yours. What is happening? I couldn't understand. What were these two doing? What scared them so much? Hey, I'm paying attention still. Bro, you are literally like having a Wikipedia page open right now, right? And just reading from it. Little way of someone impersonating you or a clone taking over your life. Doppelganger phobia. It didn't take long for me to find out. What? Werewolves? I looked down the hill from Saranaga, beyond the fields I had just been in. Come a rising haze. It was so dense, you could easily call it mist. It moved strangely like a living creature as it followed into the plaza.
春明さん、こっち。
Haruaki-san, over here! Shimi pulled me by the hand.
何がなんだか
He sounds really
頭
sleepy.
がなんだ
What's
頭
going
が
on? Oh, my head.
重いな
Feels like it's weighs a ton.
今は我慢して。どこか。
Deal with it.
鍵の
Deal with
と
it.
ころに一人で入るの。出ないと
You
死ん
gotta
じゃう。
find a place you can look the doors. You will die if you don't.
どういうことなの
Sometimes I feel like my reflection is going to grab me,
No.
throw me behind the mirror, smile creepily, and walk away. You know, when I thought about it, I would be like, nah. Nah, my reflection would be so scared to take over my own life. My reflection would be too crazy to try and like take over my own suffering, because my life is not this good to try and take it over. What do you mean? Tell me.
お願い、春明さん。
Please don't ask questions and just do what I say. Just this once. Albeit hesitantly, I did as she said. I will probably just make my life worse. We ran up to hill and crossed a rice-field path until we made it to a simple outhouse.
ここならなんとか。
This should be fine.
本当
Seriously,
何事なん
what's
だ
going on?
確かにす
I'm
ごい
sure
霧だ
that
けど
was a hell of a
そん
mist,
な慌て
but
ることじゃ
this won't protect me, right?
いい、春明さん。
There is no time to explain, so please just do what I do
今
until
から言うことを絶対に守って。
I say, and only that.
今から一晩ここに入って鍵をかけて絶対に物音一つ
Get
立
in
て
there
ない
and look yourself in. Stay inside the whole night and don't make a sound. feel like there is no impersonating phobia, but I know one thing, imposter syndrome. No, 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 guys. Imposter syndrome is not what you think. Imposter syndrome is basically, yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. Imposter syndrome is basically your mind always telling you that what you are doing is not enough. No matter how much you do, it's not enough. You still need to do more. Like if you done a really big achievement, you won't be happy with it because your mind is gonna immediately tell you that this is not a big deal. This is not enough to get happy with. You still need to do more. Why do I not about this? Because I figured it out recently. I think I have this in me. That's why it's really hard for me to be happy with something I achieved or anything. Get here, look yourself, stay inside the whole night and don't make a sound. Depression sidekick or something? I don't think so. It's not about depression, it's about that you failed a lot in your life, that you've had this in yourself now. This voice that always telling you what you've done is not enough, it's still a failure. Which can be a really good and a bad thing at the same time, because that basically forces you to improve yourself, you know? But at the same time, it's really depressing. Like, it's not a depression sidekick. Probably the depression is sidekick for it. Like, probably the depression is imposter syndrome sidekick, in my opinion. My mind was pretty clear by this point, so much so that I began to wonder why it was clouded until now. Because of that, I could easily understand exactly what Shimi just said, despite how weird it was. That makes more sense, yes. I could also see she was really desperate. Oh my god, that's 4 keys! Hide in the outhouse. I mean, this is the only option I have.
またとんでもない指示が来たもんだ。
No, no, that's a hell of an order.
春明さん、
言っとくけど相当な無茶
Just,
ぶ
you
りだから
know,
ね。
pulling that off
ノル
pretty
マクリア
hard.
の
It is
暁に
pretty
は
hard.
相当な見返りと
When I
説
do, I
明を
would
要
like
求
a
する
good
から。
reward and an explanation.
いいよ、
Sure, I will tell you
全
everything.
部話す。
Yeah, please.
だから
So please
今晩
survive
も
the night.
生き延びて。
What is happening? The words, the teary smile, none of it looked fake.
じゃあね。君も
See ya.
急ぐんでしょ？
Then you got a hurry, right?
それじゃ
Yeah, Parag.
春明、
何？
What?
明日言うから。
I will tell you tomorrow. She's basically telling me to stay alive until tomorrow. Just like me at the end of my streams. PRP. Connor is going to look for more phobias. Leaving me one hell of a homework assignment. Jimmy ran off. The plaza was covered in the mist by now. I could see it rising to take over the fields too. Anyway, a promise was a promise. 10 minutes later, I began to wonder what I was doing. Was I really supposed to spend the night here? This outhouse was like a prefab. You would find a construction site. You would find in a construction sites. It was okay. I'm gonna read this again. This outhouse wasn't like a prefab you would find in a construction sites. It was just a shock built by hand. It merely happened to have a toilet unit installed. It was Japanese style, so I couldn't even sit down. All I could do was stand. Another problem, it was the type of toilet that ridiculously had to be pumped empty, so the smell was really bad. Sure, there was a cover on the toilet unit, but without any kind of air freshener anywhere, the smell of ammonia could only do so much. The only good thing about being here was that if I had to go to the toilet, well, mission complete. But what of it? Again, I was really supposed to spend the night here? The question quickly made me realize how stupid this was, and I began making assumptions to make this easier for myself. Was I being pranked, or was everyone here just crazy? Hell, the mist had already filled the surroundings, and there was no way that this shabby outhouse protected me from it. The air already felt misty and damp. The temperature here was low, so I could still bear it somewhat, but staying here all night would make me all wet. I wasn't safe from the mist here. I'd probably be better if of sleeping in the grass outside than staying here. The reasonable part of my mind urged me to stop playing along with these six. However,
今から一晩ここに入って鍵をかけて絶対に物音一つ立てないで。
yeah,
いいよ、全部話す。だから今晩を生き延びて。
yeah, that wasn't pretending. My senses of duty made it hard for me to break the promise I had made to her. What a real man! Why does he have to stay inside? We don't know. We still don't know. There is just like a really thick mist was covering the whole like place, and she insisted that I stay on this outhouse until like yeah survive the night on it, never make a sound and stay the whole night for on there, and the next day she's gonna tell me everything. And the other inhabitants for on the village was like saying that it's too late for me already. So yeah, we all confused now. Actually, that wasn't quite true. I was more intrigued by the prospect learning more about this place. The curiosity. I took the time to compile what I had found out today. This was the Sumizu settlement, a special part of Fujiyoshi. It was situated right next to the Saranaga rapids. The people living here were... Oh, okay, it's a summary. Shimi Shirizawa, Yusanaga Oribe, his family, Kaori Oribe and Yoshigatsu Oribe. Chikamochi Kamushida, Maro Makishima, and her granddad Kanzo Makishima. Yeah, that's a perfect timing for a summary. Tai Yamawaki, Takumi Muro, Kyonosuke Nosato. It seemed like he was from Kamifujiyoshi, the place on the other side of the mountain, but for some reason he lived here now. And finally, the old man who cried wolf. Those were the 11 people I had met, and Shimi said I had 2 more left. Oh, the journalists. That could be only mean that the 2 I had met by that pine were the ones. Oh, those! A little girl that was probably the child that strayed into Saranaga yesterday morning. Welcome back, Colonel. And then there was a fantastical looking white-haired woman clad in a strange clothing. She was probably the one I had seen in the morning. Yeah, it was her. The fact I had seen her twice made it likely that she was indeed real. But with how mysterious this place was, I couldn't rule out the possibility that she was an illusion. According to Chimi, the little girl was being looked after by someone in the village. So I could only assume that the white-haired woman was the one. If I counted the little girl, it would mean that Yasumizu had 13 inhabitants. Then there were the two journalists, Hisako Mayama and Yudui Hashimoto. I climbed a tree and got a freshly mango. You have a mango tree? That's cool. Add me to that. And you had a total of 3 outsiders, but I had put that outside for now. Anyway, for an assessment. Yesterday morning, a little girl strayed into Saranaga. To make it worse, no one, not even herself, knew anything about her, so instantly got branded as an ill omen. The next day, Chibi, who was in Saranaga for some reason, found me there. They recognized me as a proper lost person. But since I came through Saranaga, I was also branded as an ill omen. From what Kiyonosuke Nosatoshi said, it was safe to assume that it used to be customary to throw people like us into Saranaga. But then there was the mist. The girl said something mysterious, prepare for the feast. And the evening mist arrived. I could only assume it was related to the same superstitions. After all, mist came from Saranaga itself. It and the river seemed to be central to the local customs and ideas. With that in mind, how was it dangerous? What was gonna happen now? Yumibitu, as in people from Yumi, the ancient Japan land of the dead? Did people come back through Saranaga and they were corrupted? Well, that gave room for some wild ideas. Was there some sort of pathogen in Saranaga that rose up with the mists? Did it turn people into zombies? Was I about to be a part of a Japanese Resident Evil? Wait, that was already Japanese. What if you had a ton of 10%, had a 10% chance to be infected by the mists, but 100% chance to be infected by another person? That would explain why everyone had to isolate themselves like this. If I became a zombie, I probably wouldn't have the mind to unlock the door. So basically, by locking myself here, I was quarantining myself. I hadn't put all that much thought into that, but it seems like a good story. Sure, stuff like that, boulders and walls didn't fit anywhere in my idea, but it was still interesting. Then again, I know this was Hicksville and all, but would a superstition that science could explain so easily really survive the modern world? It seemed so weird.
今から一晩ここに入って
Can you
鍵
hear
を
it?
かけ
Okay.
絶対
That
に
was a long
物音一つ
reading. I
立てな
need
いで
water. Don't make a sound. Yeah, someone is looking for us. I got bidiophobia, fear of dolls. Don't ask me why. I can understand why would people be afraid of porcelain dolls. Don't make a sound. Why not make a sound? Probably there is something hunting people on this mist. To be frank, the reason why I spent so much time on these delusions was because I was scared of things I didn't know or understand. In the past, people used to attribute stuff like natural phenomena and diseases to gods, devils, yokai, and then do nothing but fear them. Skinwalker? I don't really know. They were scared of these manifestations of monsters and whatnot. But on the other hand, it was better than not seeing or not knowing what they really were. In fact, that you could die to things you couldn't see or understand made life really unreasonable and unfair. That was why it was very logical to give things names and mental images in order to recognize and memorize them. My fear of things I didn't know was the same, except I was satisfied with just labels of hypotheses. I needed to reach the truth. That aside, what I was feeling right now wasn't a fear of the unknown. It was a realistic, practical fear of something that could endanger my life.
今から一晩ここに入って
While remembering her quote again. By the way,
物音一つ立てないで
oh, it looks like both of you is not here, guys. That meant outside lurked something dangerous that could hear sounds. Perhaps it was the so-called dead that rose up from the river. Or maybe assuming I was right with my Saranaga sickness. With my Saranaga sickness theory, it was people who came out and beat the shit out of all deceased who didn't follow the rules. The wolf is coming. Werewolves? Maybe I'm just enjoying the video. Both of you, because I want to ask you something, guys. Maybe the wolf was the title given to the killer? Oh my god, that's a loud scream. I didn't even have my headphones on my ears, but I heard it. That was loud. Again, I don't have any other solution. Yeah, we are both here. Okay, guys, before I make this important choice, which is only one, what do you guys think about watch along streams? Because I know a lot of YouTube videos, like long YouTube videos, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours YouTube videos that is really interesting, that I want to watch along with you guys, like on Twitch, because YouTube might have a problem with the copyright, just like I did with Detention yesterday, because I really want to do this watch alongs, but it might be kind of hard without people reacting on chat. It's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little bit like waste of time. So what do you guys think? I wanted to ask you two specifically because you are like the regulars here, kinda waiting for your answers. Go out and take a look. This is the only choice I have. Whoa, that was some timing. Right as I was about to form a new hypothesis. I gotta make a Twitch account. Okay. So you're gonna make it, or you're having like problem with it. The proof connecting it all suddenly came to me, and it was right outside. It had gotten really dark. There were no lights anywhere. Darkness was fear. Unperceived equals unknowns equals dangerous equals scary. Doing this place was dangerous. Dangerous equals scary equals scary equals scary equals scary. I'll make one later. Okay. I wouldn't mind to watch along. The last one was good. Alright. But I have a really interesting one. I actually wanted to do this tonight, but I wasn't sure of the idea. If you guys okay with that, I can do it tomorrow. How about this? Scary things were scary no matter how much